Hey guys, it's Gameface here, and welcome back to episode 2 of my Barcelona career. Now in today's episode, I've got some more games to get through, currently in August as well at the moment, so we're going to try and get through the summer transfer window a little bit more in today's episode. Obviously got the game that we have coming up against Real Madrid in the Super Copa. It's the second leg of that, obviously the final of the Super Copa, where basically we play Real Madrid, and we obviously are in a very, very good position given last episode. If you didn't see last episode, you can click the link in the description below. Basically, we won the game 4-0, and we went out there and completely smashed Real Madrid, outplayed them, but to be totally honest, Real Madrid should have really taken a couple of their chances. It should have been maybe 4-2 or 4-3, but we came out 4-0 winners. So hopefully we can get past them. I'd imagine with that scoreline we should be able to go on to win that cup. We've also got some other games as well coming up after that against Real Betis and Alvarez as well, hopefully. And we'll also be in the transfer window a little bit as well. But to be honest, I don't really have any plans to bring in anybody else. We obviously brought in Coutinho last episode, and other than that, we're not really looking to sign any other players. I'm happy with it. We've just got our youth academy right now, which we are looking to try and bring players from, and therefore we can develop them hopefully in the first team. Before we get into things though, if we could try and hit 200 likes on today's episode, I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel or if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. Really do appreciate all the support on this series so far. It's absolutely fantastic to see. Let's crack on with today's episode. Something that I cut out of the last episode because we kind of ran out of time, so I edited it out in the edits, and basically, I set up the Youth Academy, and this is the current situation of our Youth Academy. Got a lot of really talented players from Brazil, from Argentina, from also Spain as well, and there's a lot of good players from our current crop that we've managed to get from our first monthly scouting updates. This guy in particular, centre attacking mid guy, Spanish, 62 overall, looks really, really good. Going to keep an eye out on him, and obviously he's only 15, so he's got plenty of growth potential in him. But so far, we've had a really impressive yield of players from that first scout report. We're obviously going to be progressing a little bit further on, getting towards this Real Madrid game in a few days' time. What we will be doing is change around the team a little bit, but I still think it'll be a pretty strong side, to be honest. But we are obviously going to now be prioritising the first league game of the season, given the fact that this one should be pretty much put to bed after the 4-0 victory. Okay, before we get onto this Real Madrid game, got a transfer offer in here for Umtiti, and it's from Roma, £32.2 million for him. Okay, a player that we're not really looking to get rid of, but it's a good amount of money. It's a decent offer, but like I say, not someone that we're planning to sell right now. My only concern with Umtiti is not his overall in particular. His age looks good, you know, he's left-footed, he ticks all those boxes, but his height, I'm not a huge fan of sort of 6-foot defenders. I'd rather than be even 6'1", 6'2". I always like a taller defender, but other than that, I can't really criticise him, and he will stay with us. We'll reject that bid. Delafeu wants to play this upcoming game against Real Madrid. He might, to be honest. We might change a couple of players around. Okay, so it's the team that I'm going to go with for the game against Real Madrid. The second leg, obviously currently 4-0 up, as I've mentioned before. It's a changed side. There's a few changes here and there. Ter Stegen starts in goal, though. Roberto, Piqué, Umtiti and Alaba in defence. Mascherano, Coutinho and Gomez in midfield, with Delafeu, Dembele and Suarez as our front three. So, of course, a very strong team. Managed to fit a lot of different players in there. Coutinho is a centre-mid position alongside Gomez, a position that I had in mind, to be honest, when he signed, as well as left winger primarily, but hopefully going to get ourselves a good performance from him. I think it's his first start as well. This bench I've gone with Digne, Semedo, Paulinho, Rafinha, Suarez, Messi and Alcesa. Obviously Messi put onto the bench in case we need him, but to be honest, I hope not to need him in this game, because, you know, 4-0 up, we should already have it in the bag, really, but there are still 90 minutes to play. Who knows what can happen? Real Madrid, obviously a very, very good team. I think we also got 4 away goals in the last leg as well, which I'm pretty sure contributes to the overall scoreline in this, so I'm pretty sure they count, which is obviously great news going into this leg, but this is also Real Madrid's away leg now as well, so if those go score 4 somehow in this game, then it would put us on level terms and would make things very interesting. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope we've got a good enough defence to be able to cope with that. Obviously a few changes in the team, but still a lot of really good players out there. What a pass. Delafeu now on the run. Going to look to switch it here to Dembele. Should have been running it much quicker. He's still going here. Dembele's got to be a good opportunity. And saved by Navas. How didn't he manage to get that on target at least? Navas comes out really well, but I was expecting a shot on target. Wasn't even expecting to get as close to the keeper as that. I was thinking we were going to have a 5th goal there. It didn't quite happen, and it's out for a corner. It's going to be played short by Coutinho into Dembele. What's the cross going to be like? Absolutely terrible. Ronaldo now running through. Great chance for Ronaldo. He's got to have a shot on target here, surely. He pulls one back for Real Madrid. 10 minutes in. Could this be the sign of a comeback? Really good start from Real Madrid. I say a good start. It is their first shot, but they certainly looked very good on the attack again. And that's the thing with the last leg. They looked good on the attack, but they didn't have any shots, really. And they have done here inside the opening 10 minutes, and they've scored Ronaldo's left foot. Of course, it is Ronaldo, the guy that gets them the goal. And it's now 4-1. You see the way he stared then? That was really creepy. Yes, well played. Suarez running into the channels, trying to get round Ramos. Ramos won't give up too easily, and I think we should get ourselves a corner here, surely. Yeah, we'll play it short. 25 minutes into this game, obviously an interesting start, given the fact that we conceded that goal, but Deulofeu now trying to make up for it with a what an equaliser that is. Deulofeu, I'm pretty sure it is, who gets the strike away, and he's managed to equalise 25 minutes in. What a hit first time. Just decided to lay it off to him, and he smashed it into the top left-hand corner. No stopping that. And we've managed to get ourselves back at level terms in this game. Obviously 5-1 up though overall, so Real Madrid now needing 5 goals and they would go ahead and win. Obviously got one of those goals, still needing another 4, but look at the way we hit this. What a hit that is. No stopping it right into the corner. What a strike from Deulofeu, who has to start in this game. And Navas does get a finger to it, actually, to be fair to him, but not enough to prevent it from going in. This is a little bit more like how I expected the first leg to be. Currently 1-1, about 5 or 10 minutes before we get into the half-time break. And Real Madrid starting to put us under a bit of pressure in attack. Not a great free kick there from them, but certainly more competitive sort of game where both teams are really going for it and it's end-to-end stuff. So, don't know why we didn't get that in the first leg. Certainly got it in the second leg here, though. It's going to be an interesting rest of the match, I think. Ronaldo beats his man. Benzema, oh, what a save by the goalkeeper. Prevents a second goal there for Real Madrid. Thought it was a certain goal as well. Really good save by Ter Stegen. They played it short. Modric now going to look for a cross. Gets past one man, plays it across into Ronaldo, who's looking to try and create something. Well intercepted. Let's get going again. Go on, Dembele. Oh, well played. Great pace from Dembele. Does he have the finish now as well? No, saved by Navas. It's a good save as well, to be fair, so I don't know how much more I could have done there with Dembele. The angle was quite tight. I think I tried to put it in the corner, but actually maybe we could have gone even further in the corner there. Navas saves, and out for a corner. Coutinho going to play it short. Dembele, can we do it again with Deulofeu? Go on, let's have it. Oh, so close this time. Navas saves it. Virtually identical sort of move, but Navas this time gets more of a hand on it. I've got ourselves another corner. Can we try it from the other end? Or no, it's not going to work, is it? We'll deliver it straight in. PK's in there, connects with it off the line by Marcelo. What a clearance that was. Really good reactions from him. And I thought we'd found the back of the net for the second time in this game. We haven't. It's 1-1 at half-time, 5-1 on aggregate at the moment. Certainly in the driver's seat here. Real Madrid still needing 5 goals to go through. So yeah, I think we're in a good position. In fact, 4 goals to go through, I think. But still a very good position. And hopefully we can get ourselves the trophy at the end of this game. Chance here. Oh, this should do so much better with that opportunity. Modric got through, took it on his left foot bizarrely, and actually it was basically well-worn with the keeper there. Should do better. Let's make some changes now. All 3 changes, Digne, Suarez and Paulinho all to come on. We'll take off Alaba, Dembele and Gomez. It was tempted to bring on Alcesa, but I think he's going to earn the bench. No point bringing him on when Suarez is okay for stamina, and I think we'll be fine till the end of the game. So we'll make those 3 changes, see how we get on with them, and hopefully just try a few different players. There's 20 minutes to go. We are obviously in a great position, and I reckon we are going to go on to win this game pretty comfortably. Suarez. Now into Deulofeu. We're going to come back on his left foot. Suarez now still has it. Mascherano getting forward well. Plays it inside Paulinho. Oh, looking to Mascherano eventually, but doesn't get there. And should find the back of the net. Slot got in again. And it just blazes it over the bar and wide. Go on, Paulinho's lining one up. Go on. Oh, hits it so well. Saved by Navas. Was hoping it would find more of the corner than it did. But had to be saved anyway. Loads of power behind that one for Paulinho. Just felt him so well. And everyone was probably calling him to hit that one. I certainly was thinking it. And it was saved by Navas. And let's play this one short, I think, to Deulofeu here to deliver. Not the greatest deliveries, it actually falls to us. And we got ourselves a goal. It's Paulinho that makes it 2-1. 6-1 now in aggregate. And manages to prod one home there for us. So close to that earlier chance, obviously, a minute ago. And now gets himself a tap in. Not a great delivery initially, but Real Madrid couldn't clear. And we've managed to add to the scoreline. 6-1 on aggregate. Obviously a fantastic scoreline for us. And should get us a victory in this game as well. Suarez through to Deulofeu, going for the chip. Oh, he'd only gone and done it. It's 3-1. We've started to tear them open yet again. And this time it's come in the final few minutes as Real Madrid have chucked players forward. But look at that. That is perfect as that chip. Over the goalkeeper nicely and into the back of the net. 3-1, 7-1 on aggregate. I was expecting more of a tame second leg, and it has been very much like that. It's been much closer between the two teams. But the last couple of minutes, obviously, when we've got the 2 goals, Real Madrid obviously throwing loads of players forward. It's allowed us in behind. And that is a lovely little chip, is that. Absolutely perfect. Really close to the goal, quite close to the keeper as well. And to pull it off like that so well makes it look so good, does Deulofeu. Like a young Messi, that sort of chip there. And got ourselves the 3rd goal in this game. And his 2nd of the game as well. Go on, Suarez, have a go. Too much on it. That's it, 3-1, 7-1 on aggregates, and that gets us a Super Copper in the bag. Our first trophy of the season. Really happy to have obviously done that. Demolished them across the 2 legs, of course, but the first leg in particular was a big surprise for us. And in this leg, obviously, they performed much better. Got themselves a goal through Ronaldo quite early on. But managed to cope with that pretty well. So overall, very happy with the performance. And we've got ourselves the Super Copper, and we can now lift it here as well. Obviously, it was without a lot of main players. Some main players, of course, there was Suarez playing, Coutinho played, Dembele, Deulofeu, some big names still. But the likes of Messi was obviously missing out for this match, as well as a lot of our midfield and a defender, I think, as well. So pretty impressive performance given that, and we are looking so good right now. Mascherano is going to be lifting the trophy here, and does. Won ourselves the Super Copper, 7-1 on aggregate against Real Madrid. I think we'll take a look at the difficulty, and we are going to adjust, I think, the sliders to put them in the opposition's favour slightly, because obviously 7-1 across the 2 legs is, well, yeah, a little unrealistic. But this game that we just played, though, was much better in terms of realism, so we will just slightly adjust the sliders in favour of the opposition, and yeah, let's crack on with the rest of the episode. Okay, so a few tweaks now to the CPU sliders. Obviously, we're currently on Legendary. We've had to change the sliders slightly, though, so shot error has gone down, and pass error as well. We've also gone ahead and changed positioning and run frequency, just increasing them slightly. Really fine margins, nothing major, but I thought I'd show you anyway. First touch controller also down as well. So we'll see how that goes for the next couple of games. We can also adjust them accordingly just until we get to the right level, which we'll find out hopefully over the next couple of episodes. Deulofeu's happy, he is in good form, to be fair to him. Really good chip there towards the end of the game. But now on to some player drills before the next match that we have come up against Real Betis. Don't expect us to be delving into the transfer window too much. We'll look at obviously bids that we receive. Don't think we'll be signing anybody else, to be honest. Mainly focusing on the youth academy players and making sure that they're going to be good enough to join us in the first team. Bidding for Rakitic, £59 million. Obviously, you're going to reject that one. The only issue we could have with transfers in this window is if one of the big teams was going to come in and suddenly pay one of our release clauses that we have on the players. That's the only issue that we could have in terms of transfers. Other than that, I'm pretty much going to be keeping all our players, I think. So we'll have to wait and see whether anybody does come along and try and match the release clause and buy out one of the players. Bournemouth coming in here for Sergio Roberto. They've already taken Vermaelen on loan for a year. They put in a £19.2 million bid for him. Very unrealistic, but we'll reject it anyway. No interest in getting rid of Roberto. Obviously, going to be our backup right back, I think, this season. Another bid in, this time from Besiktas, and it's £23.4 million this time. Just going to continue to reject these offers. Okay, so on to this game now against Real Betis. It's the side that we're going to go with. Near enough our strongest team. A couple of changes. Obviously, going into our first league game of the season. To stay against Starty in goal. Samuel Piqué, Umtiti and Alaba in defence. Busquets, Coutinho and Iniesta in midfield. So Rakitic drops to the bench. Messi on the right-hand side. Deulofeu on the left-hand side. Got to reward the performance. It's a really good performance from him. So he starts, and we've got Suarez starting up front, of course, as well. Mascherano, Roberto, Paulinho, Rakitic, Gomez, Rafinha and Dembele all on the bench. Dembele a little bit hard done by, I suppose, but I think Deulofeu deserves it purely on that little chip on itself. I think it was good enough to start this game. So he'll join us on the pitch for this match. Of course, we have some other games coming up, so we'll change the team around fairly regularly. Okay, let's go for this game against Real Betis. Let's see how we get on. Got to try and continue our good run of form so far and see how we get on with the new difficulty. Obviously, a slight tweak, so it might not necessarily make a huge difference. Although from past experience of FIFA 17, it did make a bit of a difference when I've tweaked it before. So we'll have to wait and see. And of course, a couple of changes here and there in the team sheet. So our first league game, let's try and get ourselves our first 3 points. Oh, well cleared. Well played by Iniesta, I think it was there. Prevented it from going on a plate there for one of the Real Betis players. Out for a corner. Good start by them. I've got to try and clear it through Piqué. Does very well. Certainly seeing a more resilient team at the moment, so those changes to the difficulty might well have worked. Real Betis looking good in defence and have also had 1 or 2 opportunities going forward as well, so could be in for a bit more of a competitive match than what we saw against Real Madrid. Deulofeu into Suarez. Suarez beating him. His man still going, shoots and saved. Messi looking to try and get on the end of it. Surely a corner. Please be a corner. It's a corner. Okay, Coutinho going to play it short here to Iniesta. What's the cutback going to be like? Yeah, not great. Loses it. Half-time, 0-0. Obviously not quite the sort of goal-scoring match we've seen against Real Madrid in the last 2 games that we've played. And yeah, not quite able to get the opening goal just yet. I've got a feeling that we might well get it in the second half, but we need something to try and change for that to happen, because right now we're not really performing particularly well, not managing to break them down that well either. So we've got to try and step things up to another level here. Coutinho waiting for the pass through to Messi. He finds it. Messi going to come back inside. Look for the pass into Coutinho. Oh, just got tackled. And they managed to clear as well. Much better start to the second half. Looked a threat there, but Coutinho going to be injured by the looks of it. And he's going to have to come off. A couple of minutes into the second half. Not good news. Hopefully not too bad. Seemed like a knee injury. We're going to take him off and we'll bring on Paulinho, who I was very impressed with. Rakitic, I think, might well also come on as well. And for Iniesta, just try and freshen up the midfield slightly. And Dembele could be the next change a little bit later on. Messi coming inside. Go on, got to be a chance for us here. Oh, hits the bar. Messi, so close. Came back inside on his left foot, as he should have been expected to do. But he just hits the bar, couldn't quite find the target. And still looking for the opening goal. Deulofeu inside to Paulinho. Now onto Messi. Got to be a chance for Messi. Saved again by the keeper. Suarez going to keep hold of it though and try and protect it. In fact, what a challenge that is from Emma. Oh, Real Betis have scored. Lose the game 1-0. About 20 minutes left of this game, and it's all come from just a ball in that we've not dealt with at the back post. I don't know who's marking him, and through the legs of Titi. Let's make the final change. Going to make some sort of change down to the side because we are going to lose this game if we don't. And we're going to take for Deulofeu. Dembele's going to come on. Deulofeu's not played badly. He's actually done okay. He's kept on coming inside, which obviously hasn't helped us massively. So we're going to go with someone that can play a little bit wider and use his left foot a little bit more. So we're going to go Dembele there, and hopefully that'll improve us. Final 20 minutes. Got to try and turn this game round. Obviously still after a win, so 2 goals in 20 minutes is needed. Dembele, go on. Oh, I thought that was one of them. So close. Great save. Gets a good arm to it. And out for a corner. Come on, Rakitic. Let's have a good delivery here, please. Titi's in there. Going to fall to someone. No, it's not. It's going to be cleared. Go on, Suarez. Oh. Think we're going to lose this game. Don't think we're going to be able to get ourselves a draw. A couple of minutes to go. Hitting us on the break here as well. Up against our very, very tired defenders. And they're going to come out on top here. Gets the cutback as well. Joel Campbell looks to try and start something. Or just keep hold of the ball. Thought they won a penalty there. So close. Yeah, we lost the game 1-0. Not a good way to start the league season at all. Should really be beating Real Betis, of course, so I don't really know what's happened. Obviously, in real life, Real Madrid lost to them as well pretty recently, a couple of days ago, I think. So we can take a little bit of comfort from that. But to be honest, we're a different team, and I should have beaten them. We should be winning against Real Betis, and that leaves us on 0 points after our first game. Not the start that we wanted, of course, and kind of knocked us back down to reality a little bit after such a good performance against Real Madrid. 13 shots, 4 on target is the main issue with that, and Real Betis 1 shot on target. They score it. Chance for us to try and pick ourselves up against Alvarez in a week's time. Before that, we're not going to make any signings. Going to continue to hopefully try and work with the team a little bit and hopefully get ourselves a better result next week. But bad news, Coutinho's out for 3 months and yes, a ligament damage. Not good at all. That means that, yeah, we're going to have to obviously play other players in midfield and out wide. Not going to be so much of an issue, of course. We do have Dembele and Deulofeu. We're actually quite covered, to be honest, in his position. So it's not terrible, but of course you want your best players at all times, if possible. Player development this week sees Semedo go to 82 overall and Suarez go to 81. So a really good week for us, actually. Plenty of growth this time round. Okay, this is the team that I've gone with for this game against Alvarez to hopefully try and get ourselves our first 3 points of the season and pick ourselves back up again. To stay against Semedo, Piqué, Umtiti, Alaba, Busquets, Rakitic, Iniesta, Messi, Dembele and Suarez all start. Mascherano, Roberto, Paulinho, Suarez, Gomez, Deulofeu and Alceta all on the bench. And you can see the players there that miss out of the 18. So, yeah, let's crack on. Let's try and get ourselves a win. Got to try and get ourselves back on track, of course, after a disappointing result. And also before the international break as well, which we've got after this game, I think. Okay, let's go with this game now against Alvarez. Hopefully get ourselves the 3 points. Got to get ourselves a win here. Can't go 2 games without a win in the league to start things off. Suarez onto Dembele. Let's get an attack going early on. Dembele here looking for a goal and just puts it wide. Finish wasn't quite there. Should have been on target at least. Suarez. On to Messi. Going to be on his right foot here. Messi scores 1-0. That's the start we were after on his weak side. 6 minutes in. I'm not going to hold back in this game at all. Going to go for the jugular straight away. And I want to try and smash Alvarez to make up for the defeat in the last game. Got ourselves a goal that we didn't manage to get in the last match. And a really good finish there from Messi. Look at the way he hits this on his right foot. Fantastic. Great precision into the top left-hand corner. 1-0. Messi inside to Iniesta. Going to try and get this game going a little bit more. Dropped off since we got the goal. Suarez now going to go for a shot here. Suarez. Oh, really, really good save from the keeper. And had to be cleared by the defender yet again. Still after a second goal before half-time. Well played. Suarez wins it back. Now on to Messi. Come on, Messi. Let's shoot on your right foot again. This time couldn't quite get it across the goalkeeper enough. And it's saved out for another corner. Let's play it short. And it's going to be to Iniesta on his left foot, maybe outside of the boots. Punched away as far as Dembele. Still got it though. Iniesta going to go from range. Oh, what a finish. That's the goal that we needed before we went into the half-time break. 2-0. What a hit from Iniesta on his right foot there. Smashes it home into the back of the net. And we've got ourselves the second goal we needed. Doubled our lead. And that's just going into the half-time break. And exactly what we had to do. Needed a second goal, but we kind of settled down a little bit too much after the first one. So glad to see that we got ourselves another goal to make sure that we're very much in the lead here. You can see the way he hits this ball. Really, really good angle as well. This camera angle there. Look at that. Smashes it home. Fantastic finish. Half-time, winning the game 2-0. Let's crack on with this straight away with the second half and hopefully continue to answer the scoreline. Suarez flick it on here to Iniesta. Great run again from Iniesta. Oh, it's gone in. Just about goes in. Thought it was going wide. Iniesta gets it. Will that be his goal or not? I think it will be. I'm pretty sure if it was going on target, then it'll be his goal. And I know that was obviously a huge touch from the defender, but it's now a third goal. Iniesta gets it again. And makes some great runs from midfield. No wonder we get so tired really, really quickly. But that should be go down as his goal, I think. Another one for the captain. And that's his second of the game, is it? Yeah, Messi getting the other. Don't usually see Iniesta get too many goals, but yeah, got 2 so far. On for a hat-trick, maybe. Iniesta. Go on into Suarez. Yes, there we go. That's the 4th one. Iniesta this time turning provider for Suarez, who gets himself a goal. And it's now 4-0. The game's well and truly over. 25 minutes left of this match. They've just disappeared. Where have they gone? What's happened there? They just vanished. That was impressive. I know that at times they have been pretty magical to watch, but they just seem to disappear out of thin air there. Suarez with a great left-footed strike there. Into the back of the net. It's 4-0. Let's make some changes and rest some of the players going into the international break. Okay, all 3 changes. 25 minutes ago. Alceisa, Suarez and Paulinho all coming on. We'll take for Iniesta, Rakitic and Dembele. Suarez and Messi stay on. Not that tired. And of course we are going to an international break, so that means that we don't have to play games with them anyway, so it's not our problem. And we are going to take off Iniesta. He won't manage to get himself a hat-trick here, but he did manage to contribute to that final goal before he went off. So did manage to get a hat-trick of some sort of influence on the game, I suppose, through goals and assists. That's it. 4-0 victory for us here against Alvarez. Obviously the sort of result that we should have been getting against this sort of team. Obviously a convincing win. So happy with that, and also gets us our first 3 points of the season as well, our first points on the board. So that's great news, of course, after a disappointing result in the last league game. And that pretty much concludes today's episode. Got ourselves a 4-0 win and hopefully move slightly further up the league table now than second bottom, which is where we were before. We'll take a look at it in a second, and yeah, I reckon we should be obviously mid-table now. Yeah, it's about 8th place. Obviously other teams around us still yet to play, so we'll drop down a little bit further. But that's everything for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll crack on with the rest of the summer transfer window next episode. Leave your suggestions down below for players that you might want to see me sign, although I don't reckon we'll sign anybody, to be totally honest, but leave them anyway, and I'll read and reply as usual. Thank you all so much for watching. Let's try and hit 200 likes on today's episode, and I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel or if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button all down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. Trying to hit 15,000 subscribers by the end of the month, and you guys can make that happen, so I'd really appreciate it if you could go ahead and do that. And don't forget that you can follow me on Twitter at GamefaceHD, Instagram at GamefaceHD as well, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.